5 years ago, I was looking at my old Pokemon card collection, and while I was scrolling through my old mini binders, I found a couple of very strange looking cards. They were shining way too much and looked way different than my new Pokemon cards, and I was wondering whether they were fake or not, but I wasn't completely sure. So I thought for a second and I got an idea. What if I buy the exact real copy of this Charizard card and then compare the two cards with each other? So I ordered the card, got it 2 days later and compared the two cards with each other. And after looking for a solid 2 seconds, I quickly realized that my old cards were fake. Wait, but if I didn't order that real card online, how would you be able to spot if your Pokemon card is real or not? Well, that's exactly what this video is about, because there are 3 incredibly simple methods that give you the answer to this question. And if you know all 3 of them, it will be a piece of cake for you to spot fake Pokemon cards. So make sure you stick to the end. Okay, so let's take a look at our fake card again. If we zoom in a little, you can see that something is wrong with the text. On the left is the fake card and on the right is the real Pokemon card. Now, can you spot the difference? The first big difference in fake and real Pokemon cards is the text and font. The text on the fake Pokemon card is way thinner and has been written in a different font, while on the real card the text looks very natural, just like most Pokemon cards. That's because Pokemon cards have a very unique font that's really hard to copy that gets used on every single card they make. So if you're not sure if your card is real, the first step is to compare the text on the card to another Pokemon card. And you don't even have to compare it to the same card as long as it's just a real Pokemon card. Now let's quickly look at a different card. You can probably spot already that there's something wrong with this card. And no, it's not that the text is written in Spanish, because Spanish Pokemon cards actually exist. But if you take a closer look from the side of the card, you can see that this card doesn't have any glow or texture at all on it. Most full art Pokemon cards have some form of glow and texture on it. And even though people are trying to replicate this glow and texture, it's not going so well yet. This real Umbreon card, for example, has a high quality glow, while this fake Rayquaza card has a kind of cheaper glow. Now most real full art cards have some form of texture on it. And it's incredibly hard to duplicate both the glow and texture of a real Pokemon card, so almost no fake Pokemon cards have this combination. Now keep in mind though that not all full art cards have texture, but all of them have some form of glow. Illustration Rares, EX cards and even some gold cards have no texture at all, but do have a very shiny glow. So if you see an Umbreon VMAX card like this with no texture and no glow at all on it, it's very fake. Okay, so now we know that you can spot a fake Pokemon card by looking at the text and the glow of the card. Awesome. But there's actually one other method that's probably the easiest, quickest, and my personal favorite way to spot a fake Pokemon card. Wait, but before I tell you what it is, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like these kind of videos. It's completely for free, it takes you like 3 seconds and it would help the channel a lot with it. Thank you a lot, and let's continue. Now for this last method, it's time to switch to the back of the card. And again, you might be able to see that something is off with this Pokemon card. All real Pokemon card backs should look exactly the same. So for the last way to check if your Pokemon card is fake, you only have to compare the back of the card with a real Pokemon card. Whether you compare it to the most expensive card in your collection or a random common card, the back should look exactly the same in terms of coloring. Now keep in mind though that some cards are a little bit off center on the back, which means that the borders of the card are not equal. This doesn't necessarily mean that the card is fake, because Pokemon can sometimes make some mistakes with centering. So when comparing Pokemon card backs with each other, pay attention to the coloring instead of the centering. And if the coloring looks kind of odd like with this fake card, your card is probably fake. Now in a lot of cases, not all 3 of these methods work to figure out if you have a fake card or not. Usually either the text is off, or the glow is too cheap, or the back is too vibrant. So every time you're not sure if your card is fake, first check the text, then the glow, and finally the back of the card. In the meantime, YouTube is saying that you want to watch this video next, so I'll see you there.